good to be here with you all. How is everybody? It is absolutely freezing in here. Everybody, Michelle, Ricky, and Hitomi are all bundled up in their scarves and their coats, and I'm up here shivering, and my hands are freezing. Should have worn my gloves. Let's get them all warmed up. I need a little fire right here to get going. Welcome, everybody. For some housekeeping, what is it? Turn your phone sideways and swipe left if you don't like the comments. Swipe right.
I don't know if it's left or right. I've never figured that out. I think it's left, right. I don't know. Swipe.
We have Michelle on Facebook, Hitomi on YouTube, and of course Ricky on Tech. And we have Caledonia joining us on Facebook and Susie on YouTube. So welcome everybody. Today I am going to be talking about winter weddings, and I've got some fun things for you. I've brought out my mini arbor here. A couple years ago I did kind of a mini arbor on this, so this feels like home. Only I've added some fun sparkly details. And do you guys remember these beautiful ornaments from last week that Michelle put in her porch pot? Well, I decided to use them here for my arbor. The great thing about this arbor can be an arbor. Then it can transfer to behind the sweetheart table or the head table. It can be a photo booth. What else did we say it could be?
Oh, it could be on your escort card table.
If it was this small, but if it was a floor giant arbor, that wouldn't work well on an escort card table.
Yeah.
So this small version would be perfect for an escort table. It could be a welcome. If you were doing a full-on arbor, whether it was like a pipe and drape arbor, whether it was a wood arbor, this would be a fabulous photo booth with all this sparkle and fun. And this doesn't necessarily scream Christmas, but it just it's festive, it's snowy, it's wintry. So let's get started.
Well, the tulips are starting to log in and say hello. So far I see Harmony and Sherry and, oh, that's Caledonia. Hi, Caledonia. You're a tulip too, I guess. And Denise and Evangeline and Carl. Carl made it. Oh, good. He says he's safe from tornadoes.
Yay.
Becca says hi, Teacher Carolyn.
Hi, Becca.
Kathleen is here. So Roxy, hello Roxy. She's back in the saddle, she says. Yay!
It was fun to chat with you today, Roxy. All right, I'm starting off with my line, and I'm creating it with, Leanne said what this beautiful stuff was last week, and I don't remember. Something fur.
Something fur.
So I'm gonna just extend out here. I want to conceal my mechanics for the wire that I used to hang these bulbs or ornaments, and I just used silver bullion wire because I thought that would just add a little bit of sparkle. And if I didn't get it completely concealed, then that wouldn't be a big deal.
And then do you have any other attachment on those cages beyond the zip tie?
Nope, these are just completely zip tied on. I've used 2 zip ties, one here, and tightened them as tight as I can tighten them so they don't move. And then I decided for this guy, and when I'm finished I'll flip this around so you guys can see just a little bit better, but I wanted to create some depth for this longer ornament. So Teacher Michelle had a really great idea of taking a hyacinth stick and running it through my foam here and extend out to this side, and that makes this ornament sit back a little bit and gives me some great depth. And the great thing is, I'll just be concealing that with all of my foliage as I go. Oops.
Roxy says, so fun to talk with you and so happy for another year of tulip mania.
Yay! Pull my garbage can over here so I don't have a floor full of foliage.
Say that 3 times fast.
So this just really has some fabulous line. And when I'm creating arbors like, or kind of structures like this, whether it be a photo backdrop, whatever it is, I like to extend outward so you've got a lot of depth and not keep everything flat this way. So I'm coming up this way, and extending outward.
Well, this is good timing. Dana says she's doing a wedding on Saturday and she hopes the weather is better. Dana, where are you?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
North Dakota. Oh. Whoopsie.
Well, my last check of the weather, Portland was due to get super duper cold with some snow. 17 is the low.
Uh-huh. I heard this morning they were predicting up to 8 inches on the valley floor next Monday night.
The beach got snow over the weekend. Well, this makes me actually kind of sad because I'm leaving for Southern California on Sunday. And the one time it snows early in the season, I'm not going to be here. I'll be in Southern California in 60 degrees. Now that'll be nice.
Yeah, where's the problem here? Could you explain this to me? I'll send you a picture of the snow.
But it rarely snows in Portland.
No, when it does, it's a dump of snow.
But see, I've got some nice lines started here, so I've got my extension down there, and I'm bringing my extension this way and up this way so my corners meet. I don't know how well you can see this quite yet, but
It looks pretty good. We can see the cages, and especially the lower one, you can really see how much extension you're talking about out the front.
let's see, I'm gonna grab some other holiday greens here. Some Douglas fir, and get to use this gorgeous cedar that Michelle used last week with all these cutie open cones. And this is just gonna bring in another texture.
You need longer arms. Lynn said, oh shucks, don't expect me to cry for you in Southern California.
I get to go spend, I think it's 18 days. It's a working fun vacation. So I'll still get to see you guys on live and everything, but I'll be holding a little grandbaby. He'll be a full month old on November 20th.
Oh my gosh.
So
that's
I'm
adorable.
gonna get in all kinds of baby snuggles.
And are you Grandma, Gigi, Mima? Please say no to Mima, but yeah, just thought I'd throw that one out.
I'm Baba. Baba, and then if you call me Grandma, it's gonna be Grandma, Gramma.
Yes. Oh, Diane said, hi from Los Angeles, it's been in the upper 30s several mornings this week. Pack your sweaters.
Yeah, I'm definitely packing some sweaters. I noticed next Friday is supposed to be like 75, so I've got to bring a couple 75-degree weather thing options. But yes, definitely bringing my sweaters.
Oh, I love the ones with the combs. Those look so fun.
And this one I wanted to put over on that side, but he's bending that way. So I'm gonna put it over here. I don't want to fight its direction because then that just gives me a headache. May as well just put it in the way it wants to go. Saves us all a big headache. So just listen to your flowers. Sometimes you do have to tell them who's boss, though. Ooh, look at that. Oh, that's looking super cool.
Yeah, it looks great. So much texture.
And this is something you could choose to do all foliage. That would be so pretty to do all foliage.
Absolutely. Yeah, Ricky's nodding her head like, oh yeah, I'm down with that.
So find some pieces to put over on the side here to make sure I'm concealing my mechanics because I don't want any foam to show. Over to this other side here so I can see what's going on over here. Come to the front of you all.
I've got the best view. It's aimed right at me, so it looks fantastic from this side.
Kind of conceal those mechanics right there. Let's get a couple more bits over on this side.
Kathleen said, so fun to have a new baby. I have a 2-week-old new grandbaby. Glad to see her over video calls.
I know, that's so much fun. I'm so grateful for FaceTime and all of that. I get to have, I was gonna say mommy, but I'm not mommy. I'm not.
You still get mommy time with your daughter. It's still mommy time.
Have grandma time, FaceTime, tummy time with grandma. All right, let's see. What other foliage have we got here that we can pop in? Oh, let's pop in some of this. Gorgeous parvifolia. I love this. And that's just gonna add just a totally different texture. And a wonderful bit of wispiness and drape. Right, what's going on out there? Any newbies signing in or?
Not on the YouTube side. We don't have any newbies so far.
Lots of congratulations on the grandbaby.
Thank you.
Roxy had a question.
Yes, ma'am.
How do you keep the foam from dripping, especially when you water?
You don't. So what I like to do whenever I'm on site anywhere is I take a big drop cloth and we use moving blankets like you would find at U-Haul or wherever. So we've got several of those on hand and we drop that down on the floor and design. Once you've stopped designing, your foam should stop dripping. And if you want, well, I was gonna say, if you soak your foam the night before, and then just put it in a bucket with no water, just the wet foam, it will dry out a bit. But it will start to drip once you start putting flowers in. But once you're done designing, it should stop. So the drop cloth is just important, and that will catch all your drips. If it's outdoors, it's not a big deal. Indoors, on a carpet, that's where the drop cloth really comes in super handy. So that's about all you can do. Michelle, do you have any other tips and tricks?
Not really. This time of year, and typically, depending on where you live, when we're working with the evergreens, it's not that hot. So we're not as concerned as during the summer months. I mean, you can always use a squirt bottle and squirt some more water at the foam, but it's not gonna do a ton.
Yeah, even when it's 1,000,000 degrees outside,
It's not gonna help at that point, yeah.
it's gonna evaporate super quick, and so yeah, you just mist and water as best you can. I'm gonna turn this around so I can see it real quick. Yeah, I'm gonna bring it towards you guys.
So Jim joined us,
Yes.
finally, a little late today.
Hi, Jim. Hey, Jim, can you do us a favor? Will you email us your correct address, please? And thank you.
Okay, I'm taking this home with me today because this is too dang cute.
So while I'm here and you guys can't see me, I'm just gonna poke in a couple bits of Douglas fir in there. So what do you guys think? So should I add flowers?
Oh.
Or should I keep going with foliage and make it all foliage? What do you think? Well, while I'm waiting for that answer, I'm gonna pull out a couple other greens to fill in my centers here.
Jim said yes, he will. Thank you, Jim.
Thank you. Anybody saying whether they want to see just all foliage or add some flowers?
Got one for flowers. Anything over there on your side, Natasha?
Just two chiming in to add a few flowers.
All right.
I got some foliage onlys popping in. There's a couple. Oh no, flowers are winning.
One vote for no flowers. 31 for the flowers. Oh, okay, more flowers now.
Guys are a flower crowd, huh?
Yeah. Kathleen said mistletoe and holly. We don't have either.
No, no, neither of those. Sorry. Oh, I'm rather liking this.
Yeah, I mean it's gorgeous.
All right. Whoa, look at these guys. Look at these pretties. Aren't they fabulous?
Yum.
So pretty. I can't see.
So Carolyn, I know
Yes.
you in your free time, how about when you're not here, you've been doing some decorating for the
Yes,
holidays.
ma'am.
What is your favorite installation you've done so far this year?
I don't even remember. Oh gosh. I've done lots of wineries. So we've done everything from 12-foot Christmas trees to garlands on fireplaces. And then we did some porch pots that were pretty stinking amazing with big round birch logs in them that sat outside, and then did a couple indoor versions of them. So that's probably my favorite. Did 2 installations in one day.
Ooh, that's a lot.
No, it was a lot. Did fireplace, big huge fireplace mantle with ribbons and like wood, those white wood beads that are super on trend right now, just woven through everything. So that was, well, gosh, I can't pick a favorite. Now, typically in a large arbor that's going to be in front of a ceremony or something, I would not be using tulips. And the reason why I wouldn't be using tulips is they're not going to show. But for a smaller piece that is like this, say I was doing something like this for a guest book table, escort table, then the tulips are going to show. They're not going to get lost. But aren't these tulips amazing? They're so cute. They've got little whoop-de, where are we?
There you go.
Little whoop-de-doos. Little whoops. Ooh, this is pretty with the flowers. It's what's the word I'm looking for? What element or principle am I looking for? What's it doing with these?
I liked it with just the foliage, but I love it with the flowers. Well, I've got a couple answers over here.
Uh-huh.
Do you have any answers on YouTube, Hitomi?
On what, sorry?
What
What element or
principle?
principle?
Oh, no, I have not seen any. And sorry, I missed that question.
That's okay, you were typing. You were focused, I couldn't get out there. I have unity, unity, and unity.
Correct, and correct. Oh, I just broke it.
Oh no.
That's another reason why I don't use tulips in large arbors. There we go. We'll just let that peek out there. Oh, what else? Oh, these pretties this time of year. I love mums. These are disc beds, or you could use like football mums, anything like that. And they're less expensive, but they're not cheap. So don't be afraid to use a mum, because they can look super pretty in your winter work. They add another beautiful texture. Add more interest.
Well, we have somebody over on YouTube I just saw that we haven't had for a while.
Who's that?
Mar.
Hi, Mar. How are you? Welcome back. We've missed you. Okay, I gotta turn this. I can't see.
Woo! Good catch. happen in real life, just in Facebook Live life.
Oh, it's so fun when it happens in real life. Can't tell you how fun that is.
Yes, you and I have picked up a large installation or two instead of
Oh
backup.
yes, we have. Must really know how to think on your feet. There we go. How's that? What do you guys think?
Oh, that is yummy.
So all this beautiful white unifies nicely with all these sparkly white ornaments and kind of the rustic white of the frame or arbor. So I will finish this out off camera, and then Ricky will take pictures of it tomorrow.
Rick said, fabulously delicious.
I like it.
It is. And man, it is just a steady stream of hearts. It is gorgeous.
Okay, now I gotta figure out where to put this.
Maybe just hand it to Hitomi and she can put it on the floor for you.
I'll come this way. You grab that in. Got it? Okay, now, I'll go for this piece next. All right, so this next piece is, I have my brick of foam. It's all secured in my clear loamy dish. This is a 9-inch loamy dish. And it's going to be a table center. It's not going to go directly on the table. I'll bring the piece that it's going on after I get this started. And I have it elevated because I want some drape. And that's gonna be easier for me to get the drape if I have this elevated a little bit. And a bucket would work, anything to raise it up off the table.
So Tammy had a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
How would you cover the feet of the stand if you were using that as it's sized?
If I was using that one, you could take, longer pieces of foliage. So you could take long pieces of ruscus. Oh, I didn't put seeded yucca in there. I forgot. Sorry,
More for your other
I
stuff.
squirreled there for a second. Longer bits of foliage, Italian ruscus, smilax. You can drape, kind of down to the bottom. Those particular feet aren't atrocious, so they could be okay without concealing them. If it were an actual arbor, you might have drape. Sometimes they're not, sometimes the feet aren't concealed. Sometimes they are just left normal.
That frame is pretty rustic, so it doesn't.
Yeah.
It wouldn't bother me, but if it were.
If it were more elegant and I don't know if they were black, if they were some funky rusty material, then I would definitely probably just conceal them with long bits of foliage. The only thing with the other side, drape is probably really the only thing that's going to conceal it all the way down. We could put a pot like on the right side where there's no extension from the corner piece. You could drop some foam down at the base and just have some beautiful foliage coming up from the base. That would conceal it nicely.
Rick said that he's been noticing in the shelter magazines that Smilax is being used a lot in holiday designs down south. And he's not mad about that. It's so fantastic.
Oh, it is fantastic. I love Smilax. We did a hanging installation a couple weeks ago. We did four of them. They were the table, kind of the table set, but they were the hanging installations above the tables. And they were covered and dripping in Smilax, and then everything else. Oh, so yummy.
And Smilax works well with the evergreens. It gives
It
you a
does.
nice contrast in form and texture.
Mm-hmm. It does.
Although you've got a lot of texture going on right there in contrast.
Oops. Broke. So just getting in, covering up my foam and my mechanics before I start putting flowers in this one. So what else is going on out there? You guys, anybody that has not come to flower school, are you guys signed up for next year? Anybody that's taken basic and not advanced yet?
Ooh, we've got the coupons still.
We got the coupon gift for you for $100 off any class, and you can use it as many times as you want. And I believe that expires the end of the month on the 31st. 30th.
Yes. And Ricky, our tech person extraordinaire, just put it up on screen.
Awesome.
So.
Make sure you sign up and come see us in person, see us online.
Well, Tess is having a photo shoot in January.
Ooh.
Yeah, she's gonna be having a photo shoot at a castle, and the theme is Winter Frosty Fairy Tale Wedding.
Ooh.
At a castle?
That's what she says.
Is that Tess in Sweden, Tess?
Mm-hmm.
I'm coming to help.
Yeah.
I want to go to a castle.
That would be so much fun.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
That would be an amazing road trip.
That's a long drive.
That's a long time. Be worth it.
Absolutely.
Can we come visit you, Tess? You put us to work.
Rick's in. He said, me too, road trip.
Flower People road trip.
Oh my goodness. Could you imagine the trouble we could all get into?
Oh my gosh. Starting to take shape here. Oh, I'm gonna add some.
She said to yourself, you better start now.
Long drive, we got a paddle in there somewhere.
Look at this. Oh, I love this time of year when seeded uke is in season. Look at those seeds. Do it here. I can never see.
I know, we're not used to the new one yet.
Those seeds. So much texture.
Oh, Rick says he'll bring the wine.
Okay.
You're in, Rick.
Look at that drape and that texture, and then that brighter chartreusey green makes everything pop.
You know, you said chartreuse green, which I have, my Christmas tree at home, the main tree is aqua and teal and apple or chartreuse, because that apple makes everything else pop.
Uh-huh.
But growing up, we were red, green, gold, silver. How about you? Growing up, were you a traditional tree, or did your mom venture out into the funky stuff, or?
No, we were traditional, and then I'm the one that ventures out. Right now, my tree's all red. But I've done like a Korean tree, so I had everything in like hot pinks and all those colors, that hot orange, hot green, all of those. And then like Korean tassels and Korean stuff.
Ooh, I bet that's beautiful.
That was a lot of fun. And then I also like kind of the more homey traditional tree with all the kid ornaments and all the handmade stuff. I wasn't gonna put a tree up at all this year because I wasn't gonna be home, and my son moved in with me recently, and he's like, "Mom, are we gonna put up a tree?" I'm like, I guess so. So I put one up for him.
I don't know if you're old enough, did you have the lead tinsel, the actual heavy metal tinsel that you had to put on the trees?
My grandma put tinsel on, but I don't remember it being heavy lead. I do remember the lights where they were like they were like candlesticks, and the water would shoot up them, and they would flicker. Those were old fashioned, and I think they kind of made like watery noise. I mean,
they were a little noisy, yeah.
Yeah, they make kind of that gurgly noise. I wish I had those. I wonder whatever happened to those.
I bet you could find them on eBay.
I bet.
Not her particular
Right,
set, probably,
right.
but a set.
Those were cool. I think she just had regular tinsel though.
Oh, Connie said she had lead. She remembers lead tinsel. And angel hair. Oh, I forgot about angel hair.
Oh, we never did angel hair, but yeah. So how's this looking, guys? Oh, I brought the Lazy Susan, but I forgot to put it on the Lazy Susan.
Looks like most everybody had a traditional tree growing up. Roxy said, traditional growing up, but now I experiment every year just because I can. Janet loves a flocked tree.
Oh, I haven't had a flock tree in years.
Yeah. Sherry said, I did traditional, but at one house where I babysat, they had a silver tree with hot pink ornaments, and I was smitten.
Ooh, that sounds amazing.
Scott says, traditional real tree with all the handmade kid ornaments. Did you have a bottle cap one, Scott?
Love it.
I'll have to find my bottle cap ornaments and bring them in for some Christmas live.
See, this would be fabulous with just foliage too.
Yeah.
All that movement. Love it. Love it, love it.
Now, how far in advance could I do that to the point that you're at currently?
You could probably do them Wednesday or Thursday for a Saturday or even Sunday event.
Mm-hmm. So it's
Typically, I do these on Thursday, because that's when I go into the studio after I've worked here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So on Thursday is when I would start building, whether these go on table centers, whether they're barrel pieces, what ground floor pieces, whatever. I would start greening these on Thursday. I might flower them on Friday, depending on how much room I have in the cooler to put them. Right now, the studio is as cold as the cooler, or colder. So I could flower these on Friday and they'd be fine on Saturday. In super hot weather, and if I didn't have cooler space and left them in an air-conditioned room, I would come in early on Saturday morning and flower them then. But everything would be greened and ready to go Thursday, Friday. Let's see. I think that's ready to pop some flowers into. I'm gonna do a little combo here. Save those. I have some cuties here that I can't forget to use.
You got lots of fun stuff today.
These guys, they smell amazing. Michelle had these on set last week. I think we got them in the week before, and they're still amazing. These, we were just talking about this when we were setting up this morning. These I wouldn't send out on a daily arrangement, like a birthday arrangement or anything like that, but they are perfect for event work. Look how blown and gorgeous that is. That would amazing for any kind of event work.
Rick said, go with your intuition to grab the Dusty Miller.
Yeah, I was debating on that. It's like, I think I will add some touches of Dusty in this.
I think that's the biggest mistake people make with garden roses is they don't get them in early enough so that they are fully open and lush.
Yeah, when you're doing event work, do not be afraid to get things in early. Sometimes don't even be afraid to get things in a week before. Do a good chop and drop, put them in a bucket of water, and maybe let them sit out for a couple hours, and then you can pop them in the cooler, and then bring them out so they fully open. You'll be so happy you did. And look at these. Oh my gosh, these majolicas. Aren't those fabulous? I've always called them majolicas. And then I was listening to Leanne in one of her recent videos, and she pronounced it majolica.
What sounds fancier?
I know. I'm like, oh. I've never heard majolica.
They're more expensive when you pronounce it that way.
Yes, they are.
Oh, talking about trees, Janet says her sister has the old silver tree that spins with the colored light to shine on it.
Ooh. Okay, in my social media scrolling, I saw somebody that had a tree that snowed. So it has this base with the little pellets of snow that goes up the tube and then snows down over the tree. It was the coolest thing.
That would be amazing until my cats ate it.
And started playing in it, yes.
Or worse, yes.
Or worse, yes.
And that's why I can't have nice things.
And the Star of Bethlehem is left over from all kinds of stuff. So don't be afraid to use some of your leftover materials. Look how amazing these are.
Now, do those have fragrance?
I don't know, do they? No, they don't. And they just add a linear quality and they add another texture. Add one more back here. All right, let's see. I have a little hole right here. Oh, Rick said to use Dusty Miller, to use my instinct to use Dusty Miller.
Add a little extra sparkle.
Do we like that in there? Feels awfully big. Oops. Sorry, I didn't mean to make a loud noise with my knife.
Just
That's
throw it on the
I
table.
know. That's too tall in there.
Leanne just joined us.
Hi, Leanne. Oh, there we go. How's that? You guys like that Dusty Miller?
Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes.
Add a little bit over on this side to drape out a little bit. One more piece. Gotta work in threes with the Dusty Miller. Get some on all sides. Cut down a little bit.
That really pulls out the more silvery gray-green of the juniper, but when you added the dusty in there.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna add a couple of these because you'll see why when I pull out these.
Yes, yes, yes.
Look at that.
Oh, yeah. That pulls, well, you're not gonna keep it on the wood though, are you?
No.
No, but it does pull that tone, that warmer
But the
tone.
base has a warm tone to it. I think you guys are gonna like it. There we go, how's that? Into another one. I saw a spot right here that needed it as I turned that around. Turn this, oops. Didn't go in exactly where this stem is crazy. It's bent like that. Okay. And I'm coming, what am I fighting with? I'm fighting with tape and the stem and the stems. How's that? Did that go in where I wanted it to?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna push that aside and I'm gonna bring out the base. Scooch these over. Alright, so I've got all these ornaments hanging down in there. And what I did is I threaded them on bullion wire. And then I attached a zip tie to go across the center because you can see there's a hole right here. And that allows me to hang my ornaments on there. And then when I get to my vent, voila.
Oh, man. That
up here, I want to add some extension. And this has to be done on site. So look at that, how that extends off there.
Oh my gosh, it's blowing up with hearts. Yeah, it is gorgeous on camera.
So I want that extension to come down and kind of hide the edge. And come up over in the top like that to extend upward. And I apologize, Ricky, if this is going off camera. But you also want some fun things coming out and shooting out over the top. And that's just going to give it some more life and depth and dimension. And I might even want a bit more cedar. Some good pieces here. Drapes out over the side.
Would you transport the Harlow stand with the ornaments already on them? Do you keep your boxes for transport?
Yes. And I have done something similar to this, and we transported them separately. This, I suppose you could put these in the box as is, like this. The ones that we did were clear glass bulbs.
Oh, you don't want them banging together.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So we laid them separately, like in a large coffin box, kind of side by side, so they didn't all get tangled, and then pulled them out and then attached them before we set the centerpiece on top. So you could do it either way. It just kind of depends on. These are like a paper mache. These are glass. So that could travel better. When we did the glass ornaments, they were all really tightly woven in this big long stream, so they clanked together. So that probably wouldn't have been a good idea. So this is where on site, where you could come in and, even take a longer rows and extend downward to break that line of the container.
I always call that the fluff and buff. At
Yes.
the end.
Yes. All the fluffing.
So other than as a centerpiece, where might you use this design?
Ooh, this could be gorgeous, like on a fireplace hearth. That could be, if you had a really large fireplace with a huge mantle, that would be amazing on a mantle. You'd really have to have a lot of drape and really fall forward. This would be gorgeous on a buffet.
Ooh, yes. Or even on the taller Harlows, or stacking them for your ceremony.
Yes, you could definitely stack these. Do a couple tall, or do a short and a tall, and then or two shorts. However you want to do that. This would be perfect for a front of ceremony, back of ceremony, anything like that.
Very versatile, that's what I like. It's not just, you can only put it here.
Right,
It only
so
works here.
Harlows are amazing. Used Harlows a lot this season for front of ceremony. And then they transfer really well to the reception. for like next to the sweetheart table, behind the sweetheart table, even photos. One of our clients did the Harlow stands for the front of the ceremony and then brought them in and put them next to the champagne wall. And they were taking photos in front of the champagne wall with the Harlow stands. It was gorgeous,
Ooh.
absolutely stunning. Got a couple minutes here, and then isn't this vase pretty? It's all frosty and icy. Perfect for a table center. So if this were done at a different, if this were in silver, or you could even combine, you could do part tall, do half and half. Or you could do, if somebody wants this but they can't afford all talls, you could do maybe 4 talls, and they would be on the 4 corners of the dance floor, or 2 at the entrance and then 2 somewhere else that is prominent in the reception. And then the remainder of their table centers can be something low. And that's super pretty. That combination.
I always think varying your centerpiece heights makes it look more expensive. It looks less like a corporate convention and more personal.
It does, and it looks much more elegant and thought out. Here I just have some floral netting in here, so both the arbor and this tall piece I did in foam. And this, you could go either way, foam or floral netting. But I did choose floral netting for this one.
That'll be super long lasting.
Yeah.
Drinking all the time.
Come in here with some more of our pretty white flowers. Maybe I don't put as many greens in quite yet, and start just with flowers and tuck some of the foliage in later. Oops. Sometimes you have to fight with your floral netting because your stems get caught, especially when there's thorns.
Yeah, a couple of those cedars, they bite back.
Yes.
As well as the roses, obviously. We've had a couple questions asking if we will be on, if we will have live next week.
Yes, we will. And
It's Leanne.
Leanne.
Yeah.
Leanne will be in the studio.
If she wasn't planning on it, she is now. I don't know if she's still on. We'll find out in a minute when she tells me. Or she'll tell me I'm lipping off and I have to do it. So
Just for that, Michelle.
just for that, you were in background live.
All right. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
I was just gonna keep designing away, but I guess it's time to say goodbye. I had so much fun with you guys today, and I'll get some of these all finished up and have Ricky post them or take photos of them tomorrow. So with that, enjoy your holidays. Merry Christmas. I'll see you virtually online the next couple weeks, and get out there and do something you love. Bye.